All right, guys, welcome to my channel. We're doing something a little bit different today. You can see the whole get up. Trying something new. All right, but today we're going to be ranking the Scream movies from worst to best based on how I see it personally. And listen, a quick reminder again, film is subjective. So if you don't feel the same way, that's 100% fine. But let me know in the comments so we can debate because I do this. I'm true to this, not new to this. All right, coming in last place. This might be controversial. I got Scream 6. Yes, while I think the movie is very, very good, right? We got the new setting, the ghost face in New York, I think the convenience store with the shotgun scene, all unique, right? Some really brutal kills. I love the ladder death. The whole movie, the tone to the whole movie, I enjoy it all. It is the third act that does this movie in for me. I can't look past it. I think it's sloppy. It's lazy. For so long, fans have wanted there to be three ghost faces, but they completely did it horribly. Okay, number one, if they were going to do three ghost faces, they should have took notes from the MTV TV series of Scream, right? Where it should have been like they had two ghost face, right? And then in the next movie reveals there was a third one we never knew about. So it would be like kind of what they did with Roman in Scream 3 was like, oh, he was there all along in the original murder of Maureen Prescott. We just didn't know about it, right? It should have been like that. They should have had two of them get caught only. And then in Scream 7, be like, oh, nah, he was really a killer too. You understand? Another thing, the ghost faces themselves, I think, are horrible. It is just a rerun of the whole Mrs. Loomis storyline. But here's the difference, though. With Mrs. Loomis, they planted seeds through that all throughout Scream 1, right? They mention Billy has issues with his mother. His mother left. We're always hearing about his mother. Richie, we don't hear about his family. We don't know he has siblings like that or his father or anything like that. We know nothing about the guy, right? And Richie really wasn't a good ghost face either. So the whole thing just leaves kind of a bad taste in my mouth. I don't enjoy it. It's sloppy. I think it was lazy. They were looking for a way to try to hype the fans up. Oh, let's give them three ghost faces, okay? What else did they really love? Let's redo the Mrs. Loomis storyline. It was garbage. I don't fuck with it, all right? Now, there's some cool aspects of the third act, right? I think the movie theater setting is really unique, although it does kind of remind me of the Scream TV show because, in season two, they have an act inside a movie theater. But other than that, I can't look past all the other bad stuff. It has to sit this low. All right, next up, we got Scream 3. And this was hard for me. I almost put Scream 4 here, I'm not going to lie. But I had to really think, put my nostalgia aside, and really think, like, as terms of the movie goes, like characters, settings, right? Deaths, all that stuff. And I really think it's Scream 3 that is the worst movie. It's not that I think it's bad, it's just compared to the others, it doesn't do as well for me. It's the only movie we have only one ghost face in. As we know, I do think the story was a little bit on the S side too, because as most people know, they were originally planning to bring back Matthew Lillard as Ghostface in this. And then when the Columbine school shooting happened, they had to kind of change their plans, and we got the whole Roman brothers storyline, which I think is fine, but compared to the other ones, I'm not liking it. So for that, I have it second last. Then coming in fourth place, might be controversial, I got Scream 4. Now, I really enjoyed this movie when I was a kid. It was my favorite. I thought it was even better than the first one. I loved everything about it. I thought all the kills were great. But as I get older, it kind of gets worse and worse for me on each rewatch. I don't know why. Um, I have a couple hot takes about that movie, but I'm gonna save that for another video. So compared to the other ones, it's kind of sits a little mid for me. That's why I have it at 4. I don't think it's too bad to where it's like 6 and 3 for me, but it's also not really good. It's kind of just in the middle for me. I also don't like the weird look of it. I guess Wes Craven actually did that intentionally to show that they were rebooting the franchise, but the whole smudge, glossy camera look, I'm just not a fan of. But the movie does have some good aspects, like Olivia's death in the bedroom. That was like one of our first real gory kills we got from the Scream franchise, and I appreciate it. Jill was a compelling ghost face, I guess, although I don't think she's one of the better ones. Hot take. But yeah, I love all these movies. It's just for this, it sits kind of mid for me. That brings us to our next one, Scream 5. And like I just said, Scream 4 gets worse and worse on every rewatch for me. Scream 5, I feel like it's better and better on each rewatch for me. I really enjoy the movie, the vibe to the movie. I like all the actors in the movie, the new cast. I thought they did great. I was a little worried about there being a Scream movie without Wes Craven, but they did a pretty good job. And some of the deaths in there, right? I just, overall, the whole movie, I just enjoy it. Now, it was the first movie where we had somebody survive the opening kill, which I was a little iffy about, but I think Sam and Tara are great characters. I think, if you're going to replace Sidney Prescott, I really enjoyed the direction they went with that. I'm not too happy about the way things turned out. I would have liked to see them in more movies. However, I thought they were great. I love the true Woodsboro vibe being back in the Mocker house. I think Amber's a really good Ghostface. We also have a big icon death, Dewey, right? Something people were kind of waiting on for a long time. Not to sound rude, but we got it in that movie, and I thought it was really well done. I was a little iffy on like the whole Billy Vision dad psychosis hallucinations, right? But I thought they were done well. I thought they were done well. And Sam did such a good job as a final girl. I don't really think you could fuck with her. I'm not gonna lie. And this was hard for me, but up next I got Scream 1, the original. I really enjoyed everything about this movie. It was the first Scream movie I've ever seen. It holds such a special place in my heart. I always swap it out with 1 and 2, but as of right now, I think I'm putting it at second place. It's obviously our introduction to the original characters. Um, Completely new and creative, right? It was the first like meta who done it horror movie where everybody kind of is living inside the fourth wall and we're understanding what's going on and here are the rules and this is how we have to survive. We're literally inside a horror movie, right? Everything was well done. The characters, everything. I have no complaints about the movie. Zero cons for me. I love it. It always holds a special place in my heart. I just have it at number 2 because I think the next one's a little bit better. That brings us to our first place. Yes, I have Scream 2 at number 1. I think the ghost faces in this movie are some of my favorite, right? Mickey, I thought he was a phenomenal ghost face. He was really crazy too because he wanted to get caught. It wasn't like he was, oh, it's for the movies or some corny shit, you understand? He wanted to get caught. He really had them screws loose, you understand? He was moving different, right? Then we have Mrs. Loomis who put in work, right? Compared to other ghost faces, right? It's the first girl ghost face we had, and she put in work. Off rip, smokes Randy. I stop. I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. I'm sorry. It's tough. But yeah, this movie was great. I remember watching it for my first time. Uh, I got caught in the red herring because I thought Sydney's boyfriend was going to be Ghostface the whole time, like they were setting it up, and I was completely wrong. I wasn't expecting Debbie Salt or Mrs. Loomis at all. I kind of forgot about Mickey. They had a good balance with the characters, where like they stayed on the side enough, but like it was still kind of relevant when they made them Ghostface. I think it's a masterpiece, beautifully done. I love the final act in that movie. Cotton played a really important part in that movie. I thought he made it great. The dynamic with him and Sydney in the library, Sydney's relationship with her boyfriend, her roommate. Obviously, we see Randy return. They introduced the Stab franchise to us, right? There's a lot of good things about this movie, and compared to the rest of them, it just sits in my heart a little bit higher. I kind of have the original Scream and Scream 2 kind of close with each other, but I think this one's just a little bit better. Um, and I can't change my mind about that. Randy still alone could do it. It's the first time we get like a real iconic kill because he was a survivor to our previous movie, and it was so gruesome. I remember when I was younger, I seen them open the van and they find his body and he's covered in blood. I was sick to my stomach, sick to my stomach. But they did such a good job. I love Mrs. Loomis as Ghostface. I love Mickey as Ghostface. Sydney was great. The red herring with her boyfriend. Dewey's role, while it was limp, was a little exaggerated. Overall, I think this movie's the best out of the franchise. Even though Scream's one of the only franchises to be kind of consistent with themselves, none of them are really too bad. But this one's definitely best for me. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. How would you rank this franchise? Because we could debate it. But there really is no right or wrong answer because, like I said, the franchise is pretty consistent. Unless you have Scream 6 high on your list, then you would be wrong because the ending sucks. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about our new get up here. I'm trying something different and hit the subscribe button.